you stand out in the competitive SUV market has just taken a bold leap in a new direction. With a sizable, devoted number of women customers, Hyundai and Senior Marketing Manager Katleho Mahapa invested their ad spend where their loyalties and values lie.
In the making of this commercial, our objective is an awareness around the gender inequality issues around women, because the Hyundai Creta was launched off a platform that just speaks to the issues that women deal with consistently. We know that these issues exist and we want to celebrate women and their resilience. The campaign we're working on currently is the Creta campaign. We just launched a new enhanced model of the Creta. It's inspired by the brand positioning of the Creta, which is specifically for inequality, highlighting the inequalities around women and celebrating, all the key qualities that make women special. The Creta is actually one of my favorite SUVs in our lineup. It's a really comfortable drive, and it's got really cool standard features such as wireless charging. That's always really convenient because I can just put my cell phone there. I also have the Apple CarPlay, which is super cool to use. It connects to my music automatically, and I can also use the Google Maps and Waze. I love it so much.
The features sell themselves. Communicating the deeper message of this campaign meant practicing those values in every aspect of the commercial.
So the journey working on this Hyundai Creta campaign is quite delicate, obviously because of the subject matter, but it's also been very fun to work with a team that could collaboratively come to a point where we have meaningful insights that we feel like we can share with our consumers. And I think that the messaging is quite positive and hopefully will leave a positive impact for consumers.
Film director Khaled Maimani is known for her offbeat, raw approach and a style that looks for the deeper moments. She found them on this set.
I was really interested in the concept. So the insight that the agency have on wanting to give an insight on how female empowerment can work with the Hyundai Creta is kind of what made me interested. So the insight that they gave is that women do 5 hours and 20 minutes more home care than men, and the story kind of grows from there. So I was interested in the message. It's quite rare that a car brand chooses, I guess, somewhat of an altruistic standpoint in creating marketing for themselves.
As for the sheer opportunity that comes with filming big brand name vehicle commercials, Khaled gave us a key into how it allows her to grow personally.
Car ads are not things that women get to do very often. So for me, I want to be able to do any type of work. So I wanted to do it because I think it's interesting that there are positionalities wanting to empower women, but I also want to do things like work with gear and doing things and making work that's not necessarily oriented to what my gender is. It's obviously hard, and I think it's difficult for anyone that is in my gender, body, race group, age range. The things are not necessarily built in a way where a person like me was seen as someone that could be a film director, one. Second, even though now there are black and female and all sorts of identifying types of directors, it's still difficult because at the end of the day, the kind of workspace we're in is one that's dominated by men. So it's not been easy, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do it.
That gets a high five from composer Tanya Untully, now working on her second commission for this famous automaker.
In terms of creating a song for a campaign, it's a little bit different from the process of writing your own music because you're telling someone else's story. And the very first and most important thing for me to do is to really get in tune and in sync with the director, what story they're telling, how they want to tell it, what kind of treatment, feelings, moods, as much as possible, even that's not about the story. And then once I get a sense of that, I kind of, in my own head, think about things that sound like that, feel like that, textures, moods, moments that can recreate that particular feeling and bring that story together.
The family's tradition of composing dates back to Tundi's grandfather, Levi Untully, in Sophia Town of the 1940s.
Being a musician, my most favorite, my happy place, my home is composing, is writing, because you're creating something. You're creating a world that's going to be an experience for someone else who receives it. It's almost like magic, I think, because when you're done with the whole process, somehow a person feels it and you translate those emotions, that story. So for me, composing is the most exciting part for me.
If you're ad agency CEO Mona Lisa Sibongile Zwambila, these are the jobs you dream of.
We received possibly one of the most defining briefs we've ever received as an agency, because what Hyundai had asked us to do was to work on the Hyundai Creta, which really is a brand that is pro-women. And being a black female-owned agency, working on a pro-female brand was really just remarkable for us. So that was the brand. We needed to develop a piece of content that would really be quite defining in terms of how it positions women and their role in society. What's first and foremost for us always is ensuring that we work with the right team. And so internally we have a passionate team of creatives and writers who have really poured their hearts and souls into creating this TV commercial. And so even just from the script writing, we had a female who was part of the process from a conceptual perspective. But then over and above that, it became important that we find the right production team to work with and partner with. Darling Films is also run by females. And so what you're sitting with is a piece of work, a piece of beautiful work that has been really created by women. And I think nothing can be more amazing, especially as we continue to celebrate Women's Month, and to partner with a brand that authentically believes in being pro-women, and that shows up in the work and the people that they've chosen to partner with. And that's amazing.
The commercial and campaign message is as personal as every viewer's own relationship with the major female figures in their lives, starting with family.
Growing up, I had a lot of females around me. My family inspires me, and naturally my mom and my sister have always been kind of the strongest female anchors in my life. It's been interesting just trying to work on building the insights around the campaign, because it just feels like we can add to the conversation in a way that is meaningful and can leave some kind of positive impact around gender inequality.
So I made her this gift. Do you think she'll like it? Daddy, can we give Mommy time too?
We learn so much about what's fair and just from the incredible women in our own families. We owe it to them to make this a more equal life for all women. Get more of the Insider Essay online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider Essay. Watch the show Monday evenings at 6. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.